set a nigga up? No. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on his luck? You a sap? No. You a boss player? You a Mac? Yeah. Let me hold a couple dollars. No. Y'all still be popping y'all collars? Yeah. Stock rims on the scrape? No. Paint wetter than a lake? Yeah. Poodle in my blood? No. Bitch, I'm a thug? Yeah. You a loser? No. Winner? Yeah. Starving? No. Dinner? Yeah. You still sell dope? No. Now you clean it in the bar, Dove soap? Yeah. Got a little Gouda? No. Got a thumper, got a Ruger? Yeah. You in love with the house? No. She bringing you the dough? Yeah. You gon' cry if she leave? No. You gon' fly overseas? Yeah. Everybody got choices. I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep it 1,000, I done liked it, I chose. Everybody got choices. These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. And I ain't gotta sell my soul. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you broke, you ain't like me. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. I give a fuck if you don't like me. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. Lazy? No. Got dick that'll drive a hoe crazy? Yeah. Hater? No. Wanna see a player get paper? Yeah. Traitor? No. Loyal to my soil, not a faker? Yeah. Sleep? No. Bust moves, hella active in the streets? Yeah. Scared of the dark? No. Have money, have heart? Yeah. North? No. Short? Yeah. Gossip like a brawl? No. Chick a bitch like a small? Yeah. Slipping? No. Tripping? Yeah. Sober as a gopher? No. Hide in a roller coaster? Yeah. Star Wars? No. Yoda? Yeah. Never leave the house without my strap? No. Shoot a motherfucker in his nap? Yeah. Never been a sucker or a pussy? No. Blowing cookie, never coughing like a rookie? Yeah. Everybody got choices. I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep it 1,000, I done liked it, I chose. Everybody got choices. These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. And I ain't gotta sell my soul. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you broke, you ain't like me. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. I give a fuck if you don't like me. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it love at first sight? No. Did she ride you like a bike? Yeah. Was it right? No. Was her pussy tight? Yeah. Got some property? No. Drive a Maserati? Yeah. You softer than a sock? No. You solid as a rock? Yeah. Slow? No. Trained to go? Yeah. Your team weak? No. You respected in the street knee? Yeah. Shallow? No. Didn't need? Yeah. Broke? No. Chimney? Yeah. Not a BB or a pellet gun? No. But a long barrel based drum? Yeah. If I get into it, won't ride? No. I'ma give a nigga a fair run? Yeah. Still live in the trap? No. You ever go back? Yeah. Wear a wire and a camera? No. Ears to the scanner? Yeah. Everybody got choices. I choose to get money, I'm stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches is choosing, I'm all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep it 1,000, I done liked it, I chose. Everybody got choices. These niggas be hating, I already know, but I never go broke. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. And I ain't gotta sell my soul. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you broke, you ain't like me. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah. I give a fuck if you don't like me. No, no. I'ma stay getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
I touched other children. I touched other children. I touched other children because I was being touched as a child.
I touched other children because I was being touched as a child. I touched other children because I was being touched as a child. Children that were molested also touch. I said when I was a child.
I touched other children because I was being touched as a child. These people took my words, twisted my words,
and told everybody on YouTube that I was molesting children.
I touched other children. I touched other children I touched other children because I was being touched as a child. These people took my words, twisted my words,
and told everybody on YouTube that I was molesting children.
I touched other children. I touched other children. All right, so yesterday I posted up a video. In the video, I came across a dude that Africa Bambaataa made give me oral sex when I was a kid. Come to find out, I didn't realize this when I was a kid, but come to find out, this same dude that did this to me just so happened to be slow. I touched other children. I touched other children.
So I posted the video up, and some people didn't like it. Personally, I don't care if you liked it or not. If he took the time out to make somebody slow, give me oral sex, who was 51 years old, I'm 39, he was 50, he's 51. If he did this to me exposing it shouldn't be a problem. The only reason why I took the video down is out of respect for his family, because he is slow, number one. Number two, I didn't like the comments that I read on YouTube because of, the man is really slow.
I touched other children. I touched other children. I touched other children. I touched other children.
I don't want nobody to cause no harm to him because he appears to be autistic. It's not his fault he did what he did to me. It's not my fault he did what he did to me. It's Africa Bambaataa's fault.
I touched other children. I touched other children. I touched other children. I touched other children because I was being touched as a child.
Well, I believe we already visited this one time, Brother Poppy. Actually, when I first talked to you. Back when you was thinking that me and Izzy are fucking friends for some weird ass reason. You remember when we talked and you said, Brother Michael, do you believe I was raped or molested by Bambaataa? And I said, absolutely I do. And I said also, I know that you shouldn't be out here acting like you're healed when you haven't taken care of the very first important things. When you have gone through that type of living and that type of life, you have a lot of shit in your closet, and that thing must be emptied out before you actually try to do work for other people's children. I told you verbatim that you will not be around my kids or anybody else's goddamn kids with that fucking attitude not adjusted. Now, the old cliche goes, hurt people hurt people. I know it's really aggravating to hear that shit over and over, but most old cliches are true. That's why they're old and not new. Believe that. Hurt people hurt people. And I've been wondering, and the whole community is wondering, but actually we already got the answer. Hurt people hurt people. You admitted that because you were hurt, you hurt children. I said to you, what the fuck are you doing out here trying to help children when you still have a drinking problem, a narcotic problem, a problem with your lying and your manhood because you fucking lied to me and I tried to help you. I tried to mediate bullshit ass conflict between you and Brother Sarnetta, and you spit in my face as if the meeting wasn't important. But you told me, yes, brother, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do it for you. But you were fucking drunk. What are you doing out here trying to help anybody in that condition? And you haven't dealt with this shit. What shit? Well, let's see.
Other children. I touched other children. I touched other children because I was being touched as a child.
And I said to you, what the fuck would you ever be doing around my children or anybody else's kids? We know you're a good father. We see it. But we ain't talking about you hurting your own kids. I said, Negro, you're out here campaigning as if you're going to be able to help children in America when you haven't helped yourself. Do you think I would allow my children to stand in a hall to listen to you give a speech after you've lied even to me? What did you get out of saying, okay, brother, I'm going to do this just for you? And then you lie, you take back your word. I mean, it was so funny to watch that, the psychosis of that, that you would pour out all that you poured out on the phone that night. And then agree to drop some bullshit and come to the table and negotiate. And then you get up and act like you forgot the appointment. But at the same time, you're on the internet talking about we're trying to make you into a blood sacrifice like some goddamn village idiot. I said, you don't have the right to be out here acting as an advocate for children, not with all of that shit in your closet. What shit?
Other children because I was being touched as a child. I touched other children because I was being touched as a child.
Now,
Children.
you want to talk about everybody in the community, and you even, like I keep on saying over and over, because you're going to learn this lesson, G. I don't give a fuck what Israel doctrine and motive is. They don't give a fuck about you. What I do, I care about you enough to tell you, nigga, you're going to learn the truth about this lesson. What the fuck did that woman do to you? You know what woman I'm talking about, clown. What did that elder sister do to you? That you would talk about her like you did. After the hand of peace. A velvet glove, the brother said the other day, we extended to you, coward. And you were so much of a coward that you were afraid to come to the goddamn negotiation table. That's a real coward. And not only did you lie to me, you lied to all of these people because, again, you are not healed nor ready to be a leader and an advocate for children. Why? Because hurt people hurt people. And in that sense, you need to turn around, look behind you, and get in that nasty ass closet. Because listen, brother, even though I tried to tell the people, Hassan is sick. Hassan is fucked up. Hassan needs help. Although I tried to even straighten out this statement.
Sick. Let me find your motherfucking son. Right? Let me find your son or your daughter. And let me catch them at 12 years old. And when I stick heavy dick in that little 12, 13-year-old little bitch.
Nah. And I said to the people, and I still say the same thing. That was true. That them niggas is driving you further into insanity. But the truth is, the bigger truth is, you were already fucking crazy. You were crazy enough to come up into an event that I was basically the puppet master of and stand in front of Jonathan Owens, a brother that I know and have debated about intellect and information before, and you act like we wasn't gonna fucking recognize you in the picture, nigga. I recognized every nickel that was even spent that day, bitch. I said, you don't know who the fuck you talking to. You don't know who the fuck you been dealing with, but I told you, I'm the wrong nigga to lie to. You've been around us lying like a motherfucker for a long time. Lying and laying like a festering, oozing, goddamn pus-filled, just that shit on Israel's lip. That's what you've been acting like. A festering herpes sore. Oozing, just laying and lying. Well, brother, you want to be an advocate for the kids, but I said you're still lying to grown men. If you lie to grown men, why would we trust you to lie or not lie to children? Do you think we stupid in a motherfucker? Do you think I'm ignorant? When I tell you, brother, stop telling people that you got Stockholm Syndrome. Tell them you're a goddamn alcoholic, a drunk, and a fucking nut. And you're still a child. Why don't you tell them that? That's the truth. That's the truth. You don't have Stockholm Syndrome. Nobody does. Stockholm Syndrome is a self-inflicted mental psychosis, like self-cutting. Ain't no medication for that other than medicine to make your ass go to sleep. And there ain't no goddamn diagnosis. The diagnosis is the condition. A dog chasing his tail. You love your oppressor, but you hate people that help you. I asked you the other day, and you never answered. I said, what did Sanetta's wife do to you that Bambada didn't? Why would you be so angry with her, but not so angry with him? You never took a picture with Sanetta's wife, but you took several pictures with Bam after you became a grown-ass nigga that went to the pen for him. You said, allegedly. I say some other shit. And after all of that, you come out and you still fucking lie. Like I said, like we wasn't gonna notice you from Kemet on trial and standing guard. But boy, I said I noticed everything. I know way more than you think I know, even about you, dickhead. And yes, I still pray for you because you're a fool. Hey, Poppy, let me ask you a question before I let you go. Do you still want to lay heavy dick on Kel's kids? Do you still think that's okay? Do you still think it's okay for people to put their neck on the line to say, hey, look, y'all have compassion on this nigga because he's 5150, and then you come back and say that you really meant it? Hey, do you think you ought to be taking care of kids? Do you think you ought to be an advocate for other people's kids and not you and your own alone? You seem to be a good father, but you're not a good goddamn teacher because you don't walk the way. Brother, you even think you're an Arab. What does the Quran and the Hadiths say about a man that openly says about another man's children, hypothetically or not? What does the Quran or the Hadiths say about the fate of that man that you would lay your hand on his children? You said all of them. You don't believe me? Listen to yourself.
Just understand, she ain't a victim. When I fuck your 12-year-old son, 13-year-old son, and then run through your family and fuck all the other children in your family. All of them.
All of them. All of them. Tell me, what about that do you think you should be fucking proud of beyond the fact that other people see that you're fucking crazy? What about that are you proud of? What about that needed to be said that night? What about that will you not endure if you ever get around some real niggas? Poppy, you got a problem, brother. I said, what does the Quran and or the Hadiths say about a man that has covetousness in his heart, wickedness and malice and hatred, undue and unnecessary vengeance? What does the Quran say? What does the Quran say about a man that wants to be a leader but it's not ready yet. I'll tell you an old Syriac lectionary tradition that Muhammad wasn't your kind of Muslim. You don't know. Obviously, you don't know. But Muhammad was deemed ready, and people like Muhammad during that tradition time were deemed ready not by their prowess and how many YouTube subscribers they had and likes and all of this shit, or how many times they've been to jail, or how many, brothers they done threatened and wives they've defiled. No. They used to actually have to say and speak the very thing that Jibreel allegedly told Muhammad. Speak. Not read, speak. The Syriac lectionary is actually portions and plates of the New Testament Bible and even the Old Testament Targum. Those things obviously are written now, but in its inception, it was to be spoken. And as it was spoken, you would literally be qualified for all of the rites of passage as a man. I'm asking you, what the fuck are you doing trying to be an Arab Muslim when Muhammad followed a different tradition? Hey, Poppy, do you think Muhammad ever read a Quran? Hey, Poppy, what language do you think Muhammad spoke fluently? Do you think he spoke Arabic? My son, who has bewitched you? Why are you doing all of the things that you're doing when you're not ready nor knowledgeable enough to understand them? I said your closet is dirty. Your mind is still fucking filthy. And you're trying to smear an Arab religion over the truth. But I told you before, even the Quran says for you to read the Torah. Did you understand that, Poppy? I know you drink it. Put the goddamn bottle down. I said the Quran says for Poppy to read the Torah. In the Torah are commandments. Poppy, if you walk in those things, then you wouldn't offend to this degree and you would know where to start to fix your own shit. This is why the commandments are given the way they are given. With respect for God first, then respect for your earthly gods, your mother and your father, which you have defamed many times. Your mother and your father on video before the world. It tells you how to love your brother and your sister, not lie to them, not murder them with your hands or your tongue. It tells you not to covet. You wanted that side of the TV award so goddamn bad, boy, you almost killed for it. But why all of this when you're not ready, brother? I know you got so much potential, but you also have potential to be so goddamn destructive that you will just dishearten and disappoint everyone that loves you. You've done it. And nigga, you did it with me. I am ashamed of you. But I want you to be ashamed of you. I want you to be ashamed of you so much that you'll go get some fucking help. Help for what?
I was telling you, me getting some oral sex. Little Kev.
Help. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get help. Here, more help. Listen to you. Listen to you.
I touched other children. I touched other children. I touched other children because I was being touched as a child.
Would you let your children be around you if you were me? I know you're drunk as fuck, but think about it. If you were me, would you let your children be around me and I was you? I know you fucked up, but think about that. Because the very answer should shake you to your goddamn core. Because it means you look in the mirror and you see something that scares you. That's what we see. I said, if you were me and I were you, would you let me be around your children? Remember you asked me that? Now, in closing, Poppy, you need to listen to what the fuck I'm telling you. And you don't need to get angry. But if you get angry, I don't give a fuck. People like me, we don't, you can get as angry as you want. As long as you fucking listen. Get some help. Stop self-medicating with YouTube. Go back and try to apologize. Learn to shut your goddamn mouth and learn that you don't have to respond to everything. Pick your battles. Empty your closet and follow the right God.